What's going on YouTube? V here. So before I begin the market watch, guys, I just want to say I added an extra tier onto the Patreon, and it's my buddy Big Daddy Mike. If you guys don't know what he is, if you check out my card shop vlog series, and you'll see him in there. He calls himself Big Daddy Mike, Magic Mike, Mike the Trike, all that stuff. He's been making custom tokens. Actually, he's made custom tokens for a very long while. And if you guys want to join the Patreon, he will actually send a token to you guys. And if you want to sign it, he'll sign it, all that jazz. The money goes towards Mike in the shop. You see, Mike is unfortunately disabled. And the money goes for him to basically go towards what he wants to spend it on. He spends it on whatever he wants, to be honest with you. Majority of the time, it's in the shop. He likes to buy YuGiOh cards and drinks and snacks. And I told Mike, I said, hey, man, if you want, I'll add a Patreon tier. And if people are interested in it, they could come and support you on Patreon. Here it is right over here. So there is right there, guys. Links for the Patreon be below. If you want to support Mike and help him out, he would appreciate it greatly. You know, I should get him to do a video on Patreon, just to talk about Patreon. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it in the future. Anyway, guys, there it is right there for my buddy Mike. Up next, guys, I have the YuGiOh Market Watch, YuGiOh Mark blog. There's a very interesting article you want to check out over here about some doing unfair, others play fair, teachers need to fix this. And there's a Patreon over here that you really want to check out within this article. I think you would find it very interesting. Moving forward, guys, I also want to say about the Golden Duelist, and God damn, this looks good. And it's coming out the 15th, almost Valentine's Day. The day after Valentine's Day, this comes out. And I'll be making this available to all my Patreons. I'm not sure if I should make it for February and have my Patreons wait and just send it to them and they'll get it by the 15th, or I should just do it for the March for Patreons. But if you want to join for that month, and I'm going to say check out my Patreon page for the V kits, you can get the Golden Duelist case as well as the sleeves with the V kit. If you want to do like, by then I might add another tier so you guys have opportunity to get the game mat, maybe the collection duels portfolio, or maybe the game mat, card case, and sleeves all in one kit. I tried doing it last time and I had huge success with everybody loving the Kaiba Corporation card case as well as the card sleeves. This was a huge hit. Konami did a great job on these. I mean, the past product has been not as good, and Konami Corporation sleeves and card case is it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. Great for your extra deck and for your main deck. It was a really smart idea. Now these, I'm not sure. This card case looks like the original Chibi card case, which is they go for a good amount of money on eBay right now if you want to check it out. But yeah, I mean, this looks really cool and really iconic. I love how Konami did this one as well. You can see it's Yugi with Dark Magician in the background, a bunch of cards. Really cool stuff. All right, moving forward, guys, let's talk about Hidden Summons real quickly. And more importantly, let's talk about Prank Kids. So Prank Kids was moving a little bit weird in the market. We seen it hit $20, then we seen it go all the way down. And even though it's a little bit less than its current market price, it's still, it looks like it's been maintaining its price point roughly almost around the $15 to $16 mark. Looking at Prank Kids Duel costs about $5. Looking at the other Prank Kids cards, about $2. This is the real value. Definitely need to get in on this. But looking at Prank Kids, I think Prank Kids winning the European YCS and having a chance to play this weekend at regionals and showing what they can do here in TCG has been pretty good for the deck, and they've risen in value. With that said, I'm not too confident on Prank Kids. I still don't think they are that good or good enough to be a deck that would maintain this value. With that said, you still might see my regionals, you still might see my locals, but they will ultimately lose their value. And the reason why is because hype will increase the card price to about 20. That's where it was for plays, and the price will go down. This is going to happen. This is not negotiable. Unless the deck really shows a huge prevalence within the TCG, which it's not doing, the deck value will go down. It's still a good deck, just not good enough. Up next, guys, talk about Soul Fusion. So, someone asked me about Thunder Dragons, and will Thunder Dragons still maintain value? Well, currently Thunder Dragon Colossus is roughly around $50. This was a card that was about $70 to $75 roughly, and it's already down to $50 because the unlimited versions came out when Soul Fusion had a special edition. Not only that, Thunder Dragons was supposed to be the strikers, didn't do so good. It's still a great deck. It still has a nice amount of field control, a nice amount of you can promote a nice amount of field presence. Can still do a lot of cool things. But the meta still can handle Thunder Dragons, and we would have to see after the Banlist if Thunder Dragons was to get hit. My picks on what should be hit for Thunder Dragons, either Gold Sark or Instant Fusion. In fact, I'm leaning more towards Instant Fusion because not only has Instant Fusion been in Thunder Dragons, which is a tier 1 deck, but it's been in many other decks. It's been in so many decks, and it's made those decks broken. Zodiac played Instant Fusion and got Northern banned. Like, it's so many other decks we can discuss with Instant Fusion. I could do a video on why Instant Fusion is the best target to be hit. With that said, if Instant Fusion or Ghost Shark was to be hit, this deck would still remain a tier 1 deck, though its value would decline, especially with the inevitable, the future release of Savage Strike, which is going to be huge for the TCG meta, as well as the April release of the reprint set. So I think it's a great card. I think it's a tier 1 deck, but it's going to go lower in value. So if you're looking to buy it, hold on. Dangerous Tsuchinoko, even though Dangerous is dead, Dangerous Tsuchinoko has found a new home in Burning Abyss. And even though it's found a new home in Burning Abyss, it's not a good enough. It's not good enough for its value, and it will go down in value. Look at Dangerous Tsuchinoko currently price point for Unlimited, roughly around $31, $32, $33. Still, it's going lower in value, and the reason why is because everyone that played Burning the FTK is dropping out, and Burning Abyss players are actually picking up. So Tsuchinoko, I have a deck list to show you guys later on in today or tomorrow or whatnot, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about with Dangerous Tsuchinoko still being relevant in a Burning Abyss deck that made top 8 at this past weekend's Columbus YuGiOh regionals. Trapchick was hitting about $22, and it's also going lower in value. Trapchick's still a good card, and it will see future play, but in my opinion, this is a good card that's going to get reprinted. I wouldn't go crazy over this. I didn't go crazy over this when I first saw the price initially spike from its $10 price point to roughly around $22. This is going lower in value because even though it's a good card, the meta just doesn't care about it as much. Thunder Dragon Dark used to be a $20, $15 to $20 card, I believe it was, hitting 10s. Dragon Roar is around 9. Value's dropping. Chaos Dragon Levianeer is actually going really low, and I'm debating on picking this up for myself personally. It's a good card, guys. I highly think that you should get one for yourself. First edition, of course. Market price going to be anywhere from $5 to $6. Thunder Dragon Titan is also about $4. It's really weird to see about this card because every Yu-Gi-Oh player, especially Yu-Gi-Oh players that are playing like Sky Strikers, are playing Super Polymization. So when they play against Thunder Dragons, when Thunder Dragons go like 3 Colossus, they get Super Polyed by the Striker player who will bring a Titan on their side of the board and for almost nothing. And they can play Sky Striker plays. Really cool stuff. Alright, so let's look at Cybernetic Horizon. Boros Dragon holding a $77 price point. It went down a little bit, but not enough still for it to merit to be falling in price. Look at the market price, we're seeing it's almost around $80, but it's still a good card. And the reason why it went down a little bit, it's simple. Everyone has their Boros Dragon. Everybody has the one Boros Dragon needed for the deck. Older guys need it. Sky Striker players need it. Pendulum players need it. Everyone needs a Boros Dragon. Everyone, I think, is up Thunder Dragons, but it's like you buy $8 Boros Sword or you buy your Thunder Dragons, which are pretty expensive as well. It's kind of like a, stab yourself in the stomach or in the heart. Nevertheless, you're going to die kind of deal via wallet. But looking at Boros Dragon, its price point is going down a little bit because it's everyone has it. Nobody's really wanting it. So people that can get access to Cybernetic Horizon are just putting it on the market. It's simple as that. Looking at other cards, we see Danger Nessie going down a little bit in value. It's roughly around $32. And we see Danger Bigfoot holding at roughly a $70 price point. These cards have both significantly declined in value, like I said they were going to do. I'm still shocked that Danger is showing any kind of meta relevance, but that's besides the point of the fact that these cards were roughly around $40 to $50 respectively, and are declining in value because they're not seeing much meta play, and you players that own these cards are putting this up in the market. Little fun fact, these cards are pre-selling for like double the price they came after they initially settled to roughly around the $40 price point. They were like $75 to $80 for Dangers when Cybernetic Horizon was first pre-selling, and for nothing. By the way, thanks YuGiOh Singles. Bye-bye YuGiOh Singles. Up next, Dangerous Jackalope is about $13, $14, and the reason why it's money because it's used in Burning Abyss. They use about 2 to even 3 of Dangerous Jackalopes. And Cyber Rev systems are about $7. Cyber Dragon players, Cyber Dragon players, Cyber Dragon players. I mean, that's what it is with Cybernetic Horizon. Okay, up next, Bao's Legends Relentless Revenge. Well, I don't really want to talk about the whole set, as much as I want to talk about number 75, Bamboozling, Gossip Shadow. This card had a $22 market price on Friday, and now we're seeing it hold at roughly around $24 market price today. And that's because we're seeing other different variations. Besides the fact that you're just seeing the Rongo combo just being spammed out by Yu-Gi-Oh players, now supposedly there's a Pendulum variant, and supposedly other decks can make this card and make the combo a little bit easier. Cyber Emergency is $20. $21, I'm sorry. Why? Seriously, does anyone? I seriously. By the way, I went to the regionals this past weekend in Columbus, Ohio. There's a lot of Cyber Dragon players. Is there some kind of thing I don't know about? Is there like a secret Cyber Dragon player Facebook group meeting that's hidden on MySpace? I don't know, but like this card does not have value. Cyber Dragon should not be seeing any kind of play, but it is. They are seeing play, and I'm gonna be, chat groups. I just don't understand what's happening with this. It's just confusing me. Topological Gunbar Dragons went up a little bit because Rango Combo can also do things like this. And not only can they do things like this hurts just as much, in fact. It turns out hitting 4 cards in the opponent's hand is pretty devastating. And then Golden Castle Stromberg's roughly around $7. Why is this worth anything? Seriously. Up next, Sky Strikers. So, Sky Strikers are going back down in value. Market price for Engage is $56. Market price for Widow Anchor is $37. And looking here in the market, it's not that. Looking at Engage, it's actually roughly around $48. Looking at Widow Anchor, it's about $27. Well, V, why is Sky Strikers going down in value? Well, you see there, a random person who asks too many questions. They're going down in value because Sky Strikers are going to get hit on the ban list. We did say about the last ban list, but that turned out to be an emergency ban list. This ban is coming up in a month from, almost about a month from now. We'll be hitting Sky Strikers. The only question is how badly. Japan originally hit Sky Striker Engage and Widow Anchor to 2 each, and they left it as is. Put a Terraform into 1 and said have fun playing the deck, and they did. The deck was still meta. But now, as we saw with the next ban list that's coming out January 1st for the OCG, Sky Strikers have taken a lot bigger of a hit. So the question remains, are you going to be holding your Sky Strikers? Are you going to be getting rid of your Sky Strikers? Because if they get hit like Japan's got hit, this deck is pretty much going to lose a lot of value. A lot of money is going to be thrown out if they get the big hit. If they get the little hit, they're still tier 1. My thing is, I would get rid of Strikers right now, mainly Engage and Widow Anchor, because I don't think they're going to be hit hard, but I do think that the fear will lower the price down. And I think this deck will not be playable for Nationals. I don't think it'll be as good as many other decks that we'll have, especially anything being released in Savage Strike, as well as the reprints in the reprint box, including the new Plant Link monster. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think Savage Strike is a great set, and I think that this might not be used anymore. It's because the hits to this amazing card is inevitably going to be hitting us in the TCG. Next, Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is going to get an Ultra reprint. We all know this. It's going to happen in roughly around 3 months. Here's the crazy thing about Infinite Impermanence for getting a reprint. The price didn't really decline too low. In fact, look at the market price. It's roughly around $90. And then you go over here and you see Unlimited about 83, and you're like, okay, it's going down in value. Well, no, it's $88. This is down from a $95 price point. Infinite Impermanence is still holding a high price point because it's still a needed card. It's kind of like Ash Blossom. When Ash Blossom was getting a reprint, the price didn't really tank too low. The reason why it didn't tank too low initially was because every Yu-Gi-Oh player still needed Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. When the reprint came out, then we saw Ash Blossom's price go down. And that's what's going to happen with Infinite Impermanence. And here's a little kicker for you guys. If this card, and let's be honest, it's going to be short printed, its price point is going to stay pretty high still. In fact, I'll expect to see Infinite Impermanence still maintain a $60 price point at least after everything sells upon its reprint release, and in which the reprint release has stabilized. That's going to happen. The only way this won't be that way if Infinite Impermanence is a regular print release, which I don't think it's going to be. Konami knows we need this card, and that's how they're going to get you. Up next, Ghost Spell Haunted Mansion is going lower in value, but that's still the same thing. It's about $58, $52 in the market price. It's dropped a pretty good amount. It's going to continue dropping. Hopefully, you can sell yours as fast as possible and just move away. I think Nightmare Unicorn and Nightmare Package, all the Nightmares, might be in the reprints that come April. Power Duelist Power. And if that's the case, then we're going to see it go down a lot less in value. Current price of Nightmare Unicorn, about $31. Same as this market price. Nightmare Corrupted Iblis is $17. Now, this card was holding about $19 to $20 about a week ago. It's going lower in value. And that's because even though Bleed's still a good card, and it's still seeing play, Yu-Gi-Oh players have diversified. They've spread apart. Sorry, Firewall's hit. Can't use you as much as we used to. I'll call you later, Iblis. Vampire Sucker also is holding around a $15 price point. And I don't know what's going on with this. I think this is going to get reprinted as well as an ultra rare. I think Vampire Sucker is a great card. And I do think that, with that said, zombies or any future zombie support will obviously use Vampire Sucker. I think it's going to happen. I just don't know if it's going to affect its price now, if it does get a reprint, or we have to wait a while before we see the secret rare actually show even more relevance. Right now, its market price is pretty high. This card was always around $8, and now it looks like it's, kind of almost doubled. And that's everything about that set. Moving forward, let's talk about OTS Pack 9. Sky Striker H. Shizuku. when it first came out, was about on the market 65 to 70. Some places you go on eBay, you get for like 80. Crazy high prices because of the hype. Looking at it right now, Sky Striker Ace Shizuku is $56. Now that's only for one. After that one's gone, it's $60 for Sky Striker Ace Shizuku Ultimate Rare. Here's the really interesting thing. Last Banlist, we saw Kagari Ultimate actually go low in value, would engage with Widow Anchor because of the fear of the market and what could happen if a Banlist hit was to destroy this deck. Is that going to happen with Shizuku? Is Shizuku going to be, is Sky Striker going to be hit so hard in the market, or I should really say, are Sky Striker players going to be so scared of Shizuku's hit on the market that they're not going to want to buy this card? That anyone who pulls an OTS Pack 9 Ultimate Shizuku is going to put this on the market? That's what I think is going to happen. Its price point is going to be hitting about $35. Less than a month. Watch. Up next, Elemental Hero Stratos. It's so easy to talk about this card because we know what's going to happen. It's going to get bought out. It's going to get bought out. Like, the market's going to get flooded with this card. Well, as best as a hero card can be flooded on the market, I should really say. It's going to be about, I'm going to say 2 years maybe less than that. And this card, Elemental Hero Stratos, is going to get bought out. Hands down. It's gonna happen. I would say hold your ulti Stratos if you have them. Don't buy them yet. They're gonna go lower in value because everyone's gonna be pushing these on the market. But goddamn, Stratos is an ultimate rare. I don't know. This is the dead card of the set. Now its current price point for Trickster Lycaris is $41 to $43. This card is absolutely, without a doubt, a dead card. You can hold this. You can play Tricksters. It is gorgeous. It's a beautiful ultimate rare printing. It's just not worth it. It's not good enough. And I think that if you are holding Ultimate Trickster Lycaris Ultimate Rare, it's probably a good time to get rid of this card. Second Light Super Rare is roughly around $5, and that's because Burning Abyss played. In fact, this card actually might go higher. 26 prices listed. Burning Abyss players are really getting ready for Cherubini. The announcement of Cherubini coming out soon, the hype of Cherubini coming out soon, is the reason why Second Light's going pretty high in value. Thunder Dragon Matrix is kind of selling roughly around the $5 price point. Personal Spoofing, which was around $6, is going lower because of the OCG ban list. It might go up after the OCG ban, after we get our TCG ban list, but until then, it's gonna probably go a lot lower. Tokens have value. Dragon Sack's the only one that actually needs. It's like Megaraptor and Hyaliard, sure. But it's about the Draco Sack token, if we're going to be honest with ourselves. Cosmos. So, the story went to 3, and its price point went high, and it's kind of went down a little bit, but its current price point is roughly around $24 for near mint. Let You Play's holding a $22 price point, and what's happening with Cosmos? Well, looking at Cosmojo, it went up in value. It's about 14. Tinkin went back up in value. Dark Lady went back up in value. Eclipser stabilized in value. Everything else pretty much. What the hell happened here? Strawman's $9, ultra rare. Okay. Golden Red Destroyer is about 3s because nobody cares about that. And yet, what the? Why is Strawman money? Okay, sure. Strawman's $3. Strawman's how much is Strawman again? $9, almost $10 Strawman. So this is $9, and then this version of Strawman is $10. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't want to know why either. It's just one of those things that just someone got drunk and decided to buy Cosmo stuff and said, I'm going to buy all the Destroyers and probably both the Strawmans because they sound the same when you're drunk. Cosmo Destroyer is holding roughly around a $25 price point. Listen, I think Cosmos is really good. But if they don't start showing meta relevant soon, like anything meta relevant, they're going to go lower in value. And here's how much Cosmos is a loved deck. If Cosmo player takes a Cosmo deck to a regionals and tops one regionals, just tops, makes top 8, we'll say. I think top 8's fair. Makes top 8. With any kind of Cosmo variant, this price will not only stabilize, but will actually bump up with that one topping. Because you players want to believe this deck is even more better than what it used to be. And I don't think it is. I think we need E-Telly. But I do think Cosmos can still do things. And with that said, guys, Cosmos is value. Up next, guys, Bujins. I talk about Bujins a lot, but let me go into it real quickly, guys. Yamato is on the verge of getting bought out. We're looking at Astrofact 5 Yamato, and besides the heavily played one, which is like around $10, the unlimited version of Yamato is $14 to $17 for Bujin Yamato Ultimate Rare. Market price showing to be around $12, and this card was initially $8. It's just going higher in value. I don't know why. I do know that I love Bujin Yamato. I do have the deck max rarity, and I have no reasoning other than maybe I'll have future support, and I love Bujin Yamatos. And Bujin in general. What's the matter with you? Looking at Bujin Tsukuyomi, Ultimate Rare. We'll check about that actually right now. Ultimate Rare Bujin Tsukuyomi. It's $4. you're gonna need one of these. Kakasuchis, they come ulti. They're all right there. $1 for an ulti Kakasuchi. Like, how is nobody buying ulti Kakasuchi? Like, I understand why people want your model because it's really hard. You can't really easily get it. But look at Kakasuchi over here. I got 3 of these. They're $1. You should get these. Pretty good. Same with Amaterasu. You get the Ghost or the Ultimate Rare over here. And then Suzanne. Oh, whoa. Was $20 last week and actually went down in value. Market price does showing to be around $1.79. Looking at it, guys, we see about $1.58 for first edition light played. A lot of solos over here. Until you get the first edition light played, it's about $5. This guy's 5 of them and about $5. Page bombs out roughly around $10 for this card, Ultimate Rare. This card's like $1. I paid $1 for this card for Ultimate Plate, my ulti play set, but that was back in the day. It only came out in JOTL, Judgment of the Light, as an Ultimate Rare. And then you can see over here, guys, the rest of the Bujins. So if you're looking to get a deck core, Bujins is a good deck core. Just your models are very overhyped right now. One thing that if you are buying Bujins, or even let's say Zodiac for that matter, or just expecting Beast Boys to become a thing in the future as they have been in the past, you're going to want to get 5 Formation Tanky. Now, this does come out super rare, but if you want the max rarity, Ulti Tanky, which came out in Astro Pack 3 with a market price of $32, is on here for $39. Page bombs out roughly around $45, by the way. The only war is roughly around $6 at a $45 mark on page 1 as well. So the card current price is actually, oh, this guy has one for $35. He has 2 for $35. And after that, they're roughly around $39 to $40 for an Ulti 5 Formation Tanky. It's a great card, and I think that, hey, it might be another 5 years before this card shows meta relevance. But if it does, 5 years of an Ulti that was even, right, I don't know when Astro Pack 3 came out, but it was definitely much longer than 5 years ago. Actually, right? Yeah, about 5 years ago, roughly. Maybe a little longer than 5 years ago. You're gonna want to make sure to get and hold your 5 Formation Tanky. Also came out with Atlantean Marksman in this set, which is actually going down in value a little bit. Memos are getting a little bit cheaper for max rarity, a little bit. And then Maestro's $4. Like, this is a nice ulti to have. Speaking of Zodiac Whiptail Lightly Plays roughly around $8. Barrage from original prints are even cheaper now. I mean, yeah, they got the Mega 10 reprint, and yeah, it's at the same rarity, but who wants the Mega 10 version of something when you can spend $2 and get the original print of Zodiac Barrage? Now, am I saying Zodiacs can come back in the meta? No, I'm not saying that. I would like to say that, but I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, it's cards like Zodiac Dryden, a card that was super expensive, what, $60 to $75 at max, at peak price, is on here for a little Lightly Played for under $1. Looking at the first edition version of this card, it's $1.76 for Zodiac Dryden. This is yet another deck, another cheap deck that you can pick up right now. Get it on 3s, get a bunch of them. Zodiac Ram Rams from OTS Pack 5s are under $1. And let's put this to the side. This deck might not be worth anything now, this year, next year. Maybe 3 years will take for this deck to come back. And the hype alone would spike the value of Zodiacs. Guaranteed. And I think it's something you should hold as a good deck core. Looking at Odd Eye's Vortex Dragon Ultimate Rare, market price shown to be about $7. We're seeing it here for about almost $9. In fact, bottom of the page holds up roughly around $11 for this card. Odd Eye's Dragon Vortex obviously is used in Pendulum Magicians, and Pendulum Magicians was made top 4 at the ARG event that happened in Florida this past weekend. Also, Pendulum Magicians is a pretty damn good deck. Kind of been telling you guys for that for a while. Also a budget deck, and now this is getting to be a little bit higher in value because Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are starting to return back to Pendulum Magicians. The Banlist in here in Tishi is not going to hit it again that we know of. We do got a hard hit to the deck, but the deck can still do a lot of things. Pendulum is not a dead mechanic because Konami hit a bunch of Pendulum cards. It's the opposite. Konami is still releasing more Pendulum cards, and with that said, I think we might see a Pendulum / Link monster. It'd be something really cool to look at. It'd be a cool hybrid of 2 game mechanics. And if Konami's done this before, and I'm not surprised if they do this again. So keep an eye out for that. But with that said, guys, Pendulums right now is a great dirt cheap deck that you can play, and you don't have to invest a lot of money in the deck, and you can get a lot back from the deck. Looking at other cards like Spellbooks, supposedly there's a rumor about Spellbooks getting new cards or new support or whatever it is. But I'll tell you right now, as a card shop owner, I sold a bunch of Spellbook of Fates and a bunch of other Spellbook cards, mainly Fates, in the past 4 or 5 days. Sold it. Gone. Spellbooks are going higher in value. Look at Spellbook of Power. It's roughly around $31. Ulti Secrets it's going a little higher in value. I mean, down limits about 14s. Market price is going to be about 17s. But if you want to be a real big boy, talk about the first editions, right over here for 18s. So they're maintaining its price point over here, and I'm not having a little bit of an increase. Looking at Blue Boy, you see it over here. Fate's starting to go up in value. Keep an eye on the Fate. It came out in Abyss Rising only. The original print Fates from Abyss Rising also are roughly around $7. Like, spellbooks are going up in value. You're going to want to hold on to these. You're going to want to pick these up if you don't have one. And there's another spellbook card I want to talk to you about that you might want to get. Oh, yeah, here it is. Spellbook of Judgment. Now, I don't think this card's coming back. I mean, I don't think it's coming back if I was Konami. Me, as a Yu-Gi-Oh investor, I'm buying this card. I'm buying a ton of these cards. I'm not buying unlimited. I'm a big boy. I'm going to buy my first edition versions. Where are they? Here we go. $4 for Spellbook of Judgment. I think this card's going to come back. And the reason is simple. Because it's easy to stop. Same thing, I think Maxi's going to come back. Because we have ways to stop it now. And that's why I think people should be stocking up on Spellbook of Judgment. If they get a reprint as a secret rare in the Megaton 2015. 14, fuck. If they get a reprint, but I think the original print, Lord Tachyon version is the best one to get, first edition. Moving forward, guys, hopefully you have your Magical Musketeers because they're going up in value because another card was leaked this past weekend for Magical Musketeers. In fact, a little fun, the card, with the basic what the card does, I don't want to go into too much details, but you know, there's a link zone and there's a monster zone under the link zone. If your opponent makes a link monster, you can activate the Magical Musketeer trap card from your hand and special summon a Magical Musketeer from your hand to the field. And the opponent cannot use the monster zone that the Magical Musketeer is on. So what you do is, your opponent makes a link monster, you play a trap card, you put a Musketeer zone on the zone of the link monster, and your opponent can't spam you with links. Pretty cool. I think it's really nifty. Anyway, I'm hoping Magical Musketeers get a field spell card. It's literally the only thing they really need. A field spell card that not only allows them to special summon monsters as that new trap hat does, but allows them to add more cards because they lose a lot of hand advantage fast. And if this card does that, I think it'll be a lot more beneficial to get Magical Musketeers and to see them as a top tier contending deck in the meta. Honest has gone up crazy in value. So we could talk about Unlimited Lightly Played Honest. We could look at it over here. The market price is about $36. Or we could talk about the first edition Honest. Now, a while ago, I did a video about first edition Ghost Rares and how vastly they are and how they are important to the unlimited version of Ghost Rare. Their counterparts. Well, looking at first edition Ghost Rare Honest, Lightly Played is $63 for Lightly Played first edition Ghost Rare Honest. Go back to page 1. I think we have 5 pages to find that. On page 1, we're going to go to Lightly Played. It's $28. That's a big fucking difference from a first edition stamp on a Ghost Rare Honest. You're going to want to get this card, guys. If you have it, hey, your first edition Honest, that thing, it's worth way more than your unlimited counterpart. Good times. All right, so with the new Plant League Cup monster coming out in April, finally, we're going to be getting, I just want to say a couple of things. Number one, that fucking deck was still topping, and they had Maxi at 3, okay? What do you think it's going to do when it gets out over here? Think about that. That's one. Number two, if we don't get an Hour Mage Jasmine reprint, this card's price is going to hit some dumb numbers. Current price point has this card pegged around 18. First edition version is $23. It's just about bought out on the market. Market price is going to be about $15. You need to get on top of this. You need to keep an eye on for Hour Mage Jasmine. It's being bought out. It came out in Clash of Rebellions. Konami, we need this card reprinted, like today. Up next, guys, Malay of the Trees. I don't know if this is going to be a good card or not, but I did go ahead online a while ago and bought a first edition version of this card, original print from Shadow Specters, for about $1. You get the 2014 Megatons version. It's not good. No, you want this one. Also, Spore, another plant monster, comes out super rare in the special edition of Generations Force. Now, if you can't find any Generations Force special edition in your local Walmart, card shop, wherever, right over here, 25 cents. Then there's Lone Fire Blossom, another card used in plants. Came out super rare. Current price point has this card at $42 for Lone Fire Blossom. Market price showing to be about $48. It's down a little bit. And the reason why it's down, because the same damn card got reprinted in Fusion Forces as a super rare. Literally, the same rarity. Not only the same rarity, but look at the card text over here. Okay? It got done at updated. It has an updated card text for the same rarity as a super rare. So, yeah, you can spend 77 cents for an updated card text of this card at the same rarity of the Champion Pack 7-1. That's going to run you about $42. You're cool, Batman. Up next, number 11, Big Eye. Another card that's market price is roughly around $16. Price trend showing stabilization. Looking at it over here, guys, it's about $19 to $20. In fact, after these two go away, It's about $25 to $30 for Ultimate Rare number 11 Big Eye. Now, I personally have one of these cards because I bought a deck core of Harpies, and Harpies can do this. In fact, I have 3 Draco stacks in different languages just because it goes with Harpies. Hopefully, if you guys have been collecting deck cores, you always get the first edition or the maximum rarity version. I always specify both of those really clear. First edition, maximum rarity. First edition / maximum rarity. And the reason why I say that is because number 11 Big Eye or Ultra Rare is way more money than its other version, which came out on Galactic Overlord, which is a secret rare number 11 Big Eye, whose price is roughly around $5. First edition Light You Play is about $4, or the other version, which is just about to be bought out. This Big Eye. It's up to you, but always go for first edition, maximum rarity. That's the best way to do it. And the last thing I'll talk about is Mega Fan and Base Draco Sack. In fact, looking at this card, which is a rank 7 card, it only goes to assume that Draco Sack is going to follow in its footsteps. Laura Tachyon Draco Sack, its current market price is roughly around $11, and we're seeing an unlimited version for about $10. Light You Play, there's one over here, only has one for $10. After that $10 one is gone, we're going to be seeing it roughly around $12 for Mega Fan and Beast Draco Sack. Now, you can get the other version. It came out in 2014 Mega Packs is starting to sound pretty good right about now. They're about $8 to $9 for the 2014 Mega Pack version. Mega Pack might be the pack of the year for next year, 2019. Looking at Draco Sack, has Harpy Channeler, has Bujin Tsukinumi. Transmodify is still a great card, secret rare. Shadowride was a big blowout card this past year. Nobody really played this card. This card went up in value. This card went up in value. It went up in value, but not for the wrong reason. Ghost Trick Lantern still value. This card got a reprint, but still had value. This card's going up in value. Like 2014 Mega Pack might be really spicy to buy. In fact, that's what happens when I always say, look at the Mega Packs. You go over here real quickly, guys, and you look at all the other Mega Packs, and Yu-Gi-Oh players get mad when they see another Mega Pack that might not be as good that says 2018 Mega Pack, this version. Well, look at 2014 when it came out. It wasn't that good. It was decent, but not amazing. And now it just rose up high in value. Well, looking at the 2018 Mega Pack, it's not good right now. It's decent. It's not amazing. And I think it'll show good future relevance in the market. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please make sure to check out the Patreon for my buddy Mike and just my Patreon in general. Check out the Yu-Gi-Oh! Market Watch article over here, and definitely check this out real quickly. It's a really interesting article I wrote over here, as well as the Golden Duels Legendary Card Case. And if you're a Patreon, you might want to expect this to be coming out for you guys. I think this would be a cool Patreon setup for you guys. Roughly around February to March, I'll have this off for you. If you are a Patreon me and have the V kit, you can go in your local hobby store and buy one of these. Buy them if they have it. Most don't, though. I like these as much as I like these as well. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my video. It's your boy V. Please make sure to subscribe. I read every single one of your comments as well. Have a great day, everybody.